Alder Buckthorn is widely considered to be one of the best carbon sources for antique muzzleloading propellant. And one of the reasons why people feel that way is because that's what Swiss uses for their antique muzzleloading propellant. Now, we've used Alder Buckthorn in the past and had really good success with it. In fact, at the time, it was matching the velocities we were getting with Swiss. But I wanted to revisit it along with some other ones that we've tried in the past because we have our process for making propellant much more refined. For example, back then we were using nitrate right out of the bag. We were making charcoal in a paint can that we just threw in the wood stove, and all of those things are fine, generally speaking. But the biggest thing was we were only milling our components for 24 hours. And since, well, probably for the last year, maybe a little bit longer, we've been milling things longer, between 36 and 48 hours. And generally speaking, the longer mill times will make even bad carbon sources perform pretty decent, and good ones perform even better. So we wanted to revisit it. Now, I don't have Alder Buckthorn in my area. Out here in the Southwest, Alder Buckthorn is not a thing. So I have to get mine imported from Ohio. Now, my friend Ben Hoffman over at Hoffman Reproductions actually sells Alder Buckthorn. So if there's anybody out there that wants to use it for antique muzzleloading propellant, and not to give you the answer from the end of the video, it does make excellent propellant. So I'll put a link in the description, and if you're interested, you could buy some from him. What's different between this batch and what we were doing before is we milled this stuff for 48 hours. We are using refined nitrate. Now, we refine all of our nitrate, even the stuff that comes in a bag that says 99% pure. We made the charcoal in the pyrolyzer. We cooked it for 2 hours at 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and we milled it for 48 hours. Did I already mention that? I might have already mentioned that. Now, all of the powders that we test are compressed to a density of 1.75 grams per cubic centimeter, but just to be safe, and I do this for every batch of powder that I make, I always check the density with the weight versus my volumetric measure to make sure that I've got it at least close enough. And if, and sometimes it does happen, if it's not glazed well enough and I have to adjust my volumetric measure a little bit, I can do that so I make sure I get a decent test, well, a fair test anyway. So the two firearms that we're going to be testing this in is my 45 caliber Killer Southern Mountain rifle using 50 grains of 3F, a 440 diameter ball, and a 20 thousandths patch. The pistol, or revolver, if you really want to get technical, is a Remington New Army made by Uberti, and we use 25 grains and a 454 diameter ball for that one. So here's how it went. Oh no.
Oh.
Well, it says 454. Hang on, bro. I gotta ball.
You mixed them.
Yep, I did.
You got 36s and 44 and
44s and 45s.
Oh.
What a rookie bogus ass move.
Oh man.
Oh, that's just. Now I gotta check them all.
We don't have a mic, so I can't just do it.
What a dumbass.
Oh, how did you do that? What a loser.
Okay, there's 454s in there. I just gotta find them. Okay, there we go. Jeez.
I was gonna say, it's just like you loaded one already. You squashed it right down. Everything was fine.
There's probably only a couple of them.
What's the difference between them? There's 4.54s, and what are the 45?
440s.
Oh, that kind of 440.
Yeah, because it fell right in there, and I'm like, this isn't the star. Like, what's going on here?
This isn't the star.
Anyway, what we're doing here is we're going to get some baseline numbers with 25 grains of 3F Swiss, a 454 round ball, and our Remington New Army here. just to see where we're at before we test our other powders. Okay, so this is 25 grains of 3F Swiss right out of the can with a 454 ball, and these are RWS 1075s, I think they call them, which I've not ever tried, so we'll see how it goes. .931. 910. 915. 913. 1015. 906. Yeah, that's all of them. So that averaged 932
All right.
with 25 grains of 3F Swiss.
That's pretty damn good.
As long as I get that old cap off of there. That's what fooled me. I saw a cap on there still. I thought I had one more.
Nah, that's why.
These don't hold 7 shots. All right. And we'll put our 3F Swiss away. That seemed pretty good.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, Swiss doesn't suck.
Far from it. That's why we compare everything we make to it.
Yeah, that's why. That's why the standard that we hold our powder to is Swiss.
Yep.
So here is our Alder Buckthorn.
And this is 48 hour.
48 hour. Yeah, so that's what's different about this batch is, one, the charcoal was made in the pyrolyzer, so the temperature is controlled.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. And two, we milled it for 48 hours.
Instead
When
of
back the last time we were doing Alder Buckthorn,
24.
we were doing 24. So I would expect to see an increase. I don't know how much of an increase, but I would expect to see one. Okay, so this is 25 grains of the Alder Buckthorn with the same 454 round ball that we have to pick out of the box that has mixed ones in there. But I think we got enough to at least finish this. So here it goes. 933. 943. 937. 933. 934. 916.
Boy, that sure is consistent.
It is consistent.
So that averaged 933. What was Swiss? Was that the same?
It was 930 something, I think.
This has a way tighter spread.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ha! Take that, Swiss!
Who?
Swiss.
Bitchin'.
That stuff on the market.
Oh.
Okay, we ready?
We are
My
rolling.
earplugs in so I don't get yelled at. So this is Alder Buckthorn 2.0. And we got 50 grains of 3F, a 440 ball, a 20 thousandths patch, and it's primed with the same powder it's charged with. So here's shot number 1. We'll shoot at the, you guys probably want a target camera up there and all that, huh?
Yeah, let's do the target cam.
Okay. Hold, please. Okay, the target camera is up there. We're shooting at the far left square, that is. $17.92. Not horrible.
No, but that's good.
Not super bitchin'. I would have really liked it to be like
18 something. 1850.
Hear anything? Okay, here's shot number 2. $18.29.
That's more like it.
What do you think?
I'm hoping those were low shots.
Low on the target or low velocity?
Velocity.
Oh,
I can see a hole that you put in. I think the first one was right above it, and the second looks like it was just maybe an inch low and right. More like an RCH right and an inch low.
oh yeah, well, watch this.
All right.
That was supposed to be a joke. I didn't mean for it to actually work out that way. Oh, me dead. Sometimes it just requires a slight
Adjustment.
flint adjustment. Okay. Shot number 3, yeah?
Yep.
$18.05. Why you look like that?
I'm thinking.
Are you depressed?
No, I'm thinking.
Thinking what?
Shit.
Come on now. Not that bad.
No, it's still 1800 something. So.
I was hoping it would be like, 1850.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'd be really cool if it was like mid-18s.
Because you know what I don't remember off the top of my head is what the original buckthorn was. Was it 1750 or was it right about 18?
I want to say it was high 17s,
Yeah.
like 1780 something. Like 1787 is a number I've got stuck in my head.
Was I swabbing in between shots back then?
I think you were.
I think I was.
I think you were. I don't know. That was early channel days. So.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 5 years, so that was probably 2.5, 3 years ago.
Probably. All right, so here's shot number 4.
Oh.
Again? Really? Oh, what the Okay. Shot number 4. $18.07.
All right, what's our average? That's 4 shots.
Let's see. Average 1808 with a max spread of 37.
The spread's good.
Yeah, it's good powder. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. You know, we do have some Swiss with us if you want to do a baseline.
Yeah, we will. We need to do that.
We should.
In fact, somebody was giving me a hard time a while ago about, like, you know, you need to get a baseline number every time you're out.
Every time. Dang.
And I thought, well, you know,
boy, that's
that's dang good.
That
dang.
is super clean.
Yeah.
Look at that. Super clean.
So here's our Alder Buckthorn. It had 2 on there, and then those over there were probably just me floating in the breeze. So there you are. So now we're going to take a few shots just to get some chrono numbers off of this with this particular batch of 3F Swiss. And the chronograph is all reset. Everything's fine.
Good.
I got my rifle all clean. And I just want to see what it does.
Yeah, what?
1860.
Okay.
Shot number 2 with the 3F Swiss. $18.68.
Okay.
Very good. All right, shot number 3 with the Swiss. $18.34.
Huh.
Okay. One more. Okay, last shot with the 3F Swiss.
1800. All right, let's see the numbers.
Okay. Drum roll, please. 1840.9 with an extreme spread of 68.
So even if we just take it out of the equation, the Osage is still fast.
Yep.
Is fast, actually a little faster.
Oh, yeah, it's faster than that. Not by a tremendous amount.
Because what the Osage was 1850 something.
59. I don't know. There's all kind of numbers going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ah, yes, and of course.
Can't forget the important part.
So it seems like, I think technically, the buckthorn and
Velocity-wise,
yeah, and you want to get down to brass tacks, it's actually the best.
Yeah, so I already chucked the Osage, but that's Swiss. That's 4 shots of Swiss, right?
Dude, our buckthorn is way cleaner than that.
Swiss is dirty,
Yeah.
but you know, the dirty.
Oh yeah,
that was dirty.
Yeah, they were dirty. That's Go X or shoots and dirty.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, we learned some shit today, didn't we?
We sure did. Dang.
Interesting. So we kind of got off to a rough start there with the Remington because somehow I managed to mix up 440 and 454 balls and I had them all in the same thing. So that's what that was about, in case you're wondering. Overall, as far as the numbers go, the Alder Buckthorn and the 3F Swiss are practically the same. We had 933.2 for the Buckthorn and 932.2 for the Swiss. Practically the same. No difference in cleanliness that I could see with the revolver. We did have one high shot with the Swiss, and that could have been when I put a 440 ball in there and had to upend it to knock it out. There might have still been a little powder in there. So if you want to discount that one high shot of 1,015, You have 933.2 with the Buckthorn and 915.6 with the Swiss, both with spreads of about 26 feet per second. Excellent performance from the Buckthorn there. Exactly as good as Swiss in both consistency, power, and cleanliness. As for the rifle, a little bit slower by 30 some odd feet, 32 feet looks like. Not a tremendous difference in my book. Totally acceptable powder. I know Derek was really bummed. He was thinking that it was not good. Only a little bit slower. And this is something that we've been seeing with powders where we'll try it in a pistol or a cartridge in a pistol, and it'll be just like this, practically the same. Then we'll try it in a rifle, and we might see a 30 or 40 feet per second difference. So that's not out of the box. We have seen that. Where this stuff really shines is the consistency. Again, it is very powerful. It's 120 feet per second faster than GoX. But where it really shines is how clean it is. I'll show you a picture of both the Swiss patch, clean and patch, and the Alder Buckthorn clean and patch. Now, I know at the end there, when we were testing the Swiss, I kind of chopped it up a little bit. And the reason why I did that is because we tested a couple of other powders that day, and I don't want to give it away for the next video. So that's why I had to chop it right there, because we started talking about another one that was, well, you'll see it in a couple weeks. So overall, this makes excellent powder. I would not have a problem losing 30 feet per second to gain that kind of cleanliness and consistency. As far as the paper target goes, I had those 2 on target and the other 2 were off, which is probably just because I needed to nap my flint, which I did, because when I was running the Swiss, you could see it was working fine. So that's probably just me. So overall, even though it might not be quite as powerful as the Osage, which usually runs around 1850, it still is remarkably clean. In fact, I would say that's almost as clean as balsa. It worked out really well. It made great powder. As to why might be our more refined process of refining the nitrate and how we cook our charcoal. I cannot stress enough when it comes to making clean powder that if you're using lead or any type of lead alloy, whether it be antimony or tin or any kind of ratio of lead and tin, it will make dirty powder. I've said it 1,000 times. You can hear me say it 1,001 times. Lead makes dirty black powder. I mean, antique muzzleloading propellant, that is. The reason why Derek was a little bummed was because what we've seen, generally speaking, is the longer you mill something, the better it gets. Now, you do reach a point of diminishing returns. Again, we found between 36 and 48 hours, you don't really gain enough to make it worth the extra time it takes to mill it. The last time we checked Alder Buckthorn, and again, this was a couple years ago, was, I believe, 1775 was our average. So we did gain some, but not that much compared to what we've seen in the past. So that's why Derek was a little bummed, but don't pay any attention to him. As far as refining the nitrate, I put up a short recently. I'll show you a clip of that. This is what Derek does, is he handles the nitrate and percussion caps. That's his lab equipment, and we're going to do a video because we had a lot of people asking what is going on there. So for the people that are watching this, if you're wondering, we'll get to that. We'll do a separate video on that stuff. But between the refined nitrate and how we make our powder, our specific process that we use might be the reason why it came out that clean. I don't mean to make excuses, but again, if you're using lead and you're just chucking it in your Harbor Freight tumbler, you might not get the same result. In fact, if you're using lead, I can guarantee you're not going to get that clean a powder. Anything else? I think that's about it. So as usual, folks, if you thought this video didn't suck, do me a favor and hit the like button, consider subscribing. And if you did think it sucked, go make your own damn video. But whatever you do, don't use lead. I use brass, by the way. If there's anybody that's new here and you're wondering, well, what is this magic media that you're using? It's brass. Brass is the key. Use brass. It's the only way to fly.